But now, to more serious biffo in last week's State of Origin, which was the biggest TV event of the year, attracting 3.4 million viewers for Nine, and which made even more headlines than usual, thanks to this ugly king hit on Maroon's fullback Reece Walsh in the 6th minute.
Reece Walsh hasn't moved in back play. He's gone for the night. He's been out cold for around 30 seconds, Reece. Yeah, didn't look good, did it, Joey? Here's a good shot. This may be close to a sender. Freddie, you were close to that action.
Yeah, you can see what was happening.
Walsh lay motionless on the ground for more than a minute before managing to wiggle his fingers, after which he was escorted from the field and sidelined for the night with concussion, while Blues centre Joseph Suali'i was sent off for dangerous play.
They're off. Oh, he's sent off. Direct contact with the head.
Next morning, Sydney's Daily Telegraph celebrated the incident with a picture of Walsh smashed on the ground, with his eyes rolling back, and this brutal headline.
It's a knockout. Send-off delivers brave Blues a crippling blow.
The crippling blow being that the Blues were left one player down and lost the game. But sadly, no such sympathy for Walsh, and no dwelling on the telly's ugly build-up that encouraged the sort of hit that Walsh had suffered, with the paper's front page on game day declaring,
Reece trap. Blues will terrorise Queensland pretty boy.
New South Wales legends.
And a two-page spread inside trumpeting,
Let's bury the pretty boy.
with the paper showcasing comments from two league enforcers who last played the game last century.
New South Wales Rugby League legend Ben Elias has labelled Queensland pretty boy Reece Walsh a lair and demanded he be obliterated by the Blues in State of Origin 1. And ex-New South Wales hardman Mark Carroll added, as an old dinosaur, seeing someone so beautiful as Walsh, with his flowing hair and painted fingernails, I'd love to get my hands on him. His beautiful blue eyes would be spinning.
At no point in the story did the telly challenge this incitement to violence and suggest it might be dangerous or question the offensive tone and language. In fact, it repeated the comments in the paper's editorial and added,
That's the spirit. Go, New South Wales.
Elias's call in the telly to obliterate Walsh was repeated by Yahoo Sport and also by the Daily Mail, which chose to highlight the threats from Carroll, telling readers excitedly,
One of the most feared enforcers in Origin history says he wants to smash Reece Walsh because of the Queensland Star's painted nails and beautiful blue eyes.
And Elias, who says he's a big fan of Walsh, was also on sports radio network SEN, issuing the threat to Queensland listeners.
We're going to absolutely annihilate your number one pretty boy, little Reece Walsh. His fingernail painting and his eyelashes are going to be absolutely ruined this evening, I tell you. The first kick, the first set of six, it'll go up high. Yeah. He'll be watching the ball and we'll come through and cut him in half.
And sure enough, those words came to life a mere 40 seconds into the game, when Reece was hit in the air after kicking downfield. And then again, 5 minutes later, when he was taken out for good. So, was all this talk about terrorising Walsh just harmless fun? Typical Origin bluster? Well, possibly. But as the Courier Mail's Robert Craddock said of the pre-game rhetoric,
there has to be limits.
While the Sydney Morning Herald's CBD column branded the knockout front page a low blow and slammed the telly for firing up the aggro. Meanwhile, former Blues hardman Ian Roberts, the first NRL player to come out as gay, called the hit on Walsh ugly rugby league and told mediawatch,
The use of pretty boy comes from the same place as faggot. It's language used to belittle people, and it speaks to an ongoing culture problem within the NRL men's game. Reece is a talented player. It's sad that grown men feel threatened by his looks or the colour of his nails.
But the problem here is not just one of prejudice and culture, because players who are knocked out, like Reece, face real dangers, as Channel 7 was reporting.
The amount of force going into the brain would be akin to a car accident.
And that poses a real problem for the game, with former New South Wales player Braith Anasta telling Fox Sports that if league goes soft to protect its players, the punters will turn away.
If we go too far, Buzz, there won't be a game. There won't be a game.
Oh, Brace, stop it.
People will stop watching.
There won't be a game if people like Reece Walsh get another knock this year and then another one next year.
Buzz. We've got to protect the player. I get it, but we've got to protect the brand.
Wally Lewis is as much part of the brand as any league player in history, and as tough, captaining 30 Origin games for Queensland in his stellar career. But he suffered head knock after head knock, and as the ABC reported last year, he is paying for it now.
Good evening. Despite the...
A seizure live on air. He'd kept his epilepsy a secret.
Most of us take on this belief that we've got to prove how tough we are. If we put our hands up and seek sympathy, then we're going to be seen as the real cowards of the game.
Doctors blame his early seizures on brain trauma, and now for his probable CTE, similar to dementia, memory loss.
In April, Wally Lewis told the National Press Club,
I live with the embarrassment of not remembering some of the conversations that I've just had, where I'm supposed to be, or what I'm supposed to be doing when I actually get there. We need to accept that repeated head knocks can cause brain damage.
Lewis called on the media to spread the message that his CTE is a form of dementia which is preventable. And Ian Roberts echoes that plea, telling mediawatch,
the major sporting codes have been talking about repeated concussions, head knocks and CTE for over a decade now. This is a medical emergency and the time to act is now.
The Telegraph's coverage, glorifying the biffo and brutality, does the opposite of what is needed. We asked the Telly's editor, Ben English, to defend the knockout front page and the repeated use of the pretty boy language. We did not get a response.